Hello and welcome again. Okay, this is a front end. Now let me quickly show you the database as well. So I got a lot of databases here. Where is mine? So yeah, this is the one I have named it. So like I said, we have different tables, and the main focus is on the users table and the visits table. On the users table, uh, uh, I'm using email. First name and last name is not relevant, but the email and the user ID are the key here, and the ESadmin column. I haven't used this for my previous project, but I have introduced this column, ESadmin, to show different views. Now let's go into the visits. The structure, like I showed you earlier, these are the columns we're using, and if you go into the data, I have been testing this for a number of times, so you might be seeing a lot of records in there. So we got the entry time and exit time. If you see the difference, there is difference in seconds, so that is the main key. We have to calculate this. So basically what we're doing is subtracting the exit time from the entry time. That gives us the duration of the page visit, I mean say. Right, now that's the table. Now let's go into the front end actual view. So initially by default, actually first go into the default. So today by default, today's date is 3rd, so and the time it's taking is between 0 hours to 23:59. So overall we have these many records for this user, and if you look into all users, that's because of the time. So if we do something like 7, and then if you do like 6, so these are the all records which are recorded between this morning 7 to 6 p.m. Now in our case we just go by this user. Let's look into this user. So in the last how many hours? 12 hours, I'll say, actually 9 hours. These are the visits we have on this page. The most recent was, if you see the timestamp here, those are the timestamps which are created, and it's going all the way back until this morning. So now let's filter this by even a different time. So now the time is around 5, so let's go into between 4 and 5. I don't know if there is an entry, but I'm just trying. Yes, so we have 2 entries between 4 and 5. I'm sorry, I need to go back. Let me go filter that again. So between 4 and 5, so between 4 and 5 we have this page was most recent. So I must tell you another thing as well, because the PHP code is giving the actual British Standard Time, but on the JavaScript it's using the actual time, the previous European time, I would say. It's not European actually. It's going 1 hour behind. So you will see the difference in entry in the database. Like, so the most recent, so you see the create date, this is the PHP variable which is giving the timestamp of 5 or 9, but on the these are coming from the JavaScript. It needs to be converted in order to match to the current time zone. So currently it's giving us 1 hour behind. So now if I go into some web pages, for instance, if I go into users, and then let's come back to this page, and then select the time, which is 4 to 5. Now we have an entry for users which is 1. Now I can also show you the total visit if I do this by refresh, or yeah, see the entry is keep incrementing. So like I said, it is taking the exit time. So once if we do refresh or go into a different page, that calculates the difference between the entry and exit time. So now if I do refresh again, it goes to 9. Now if you see, this entry is keep changing. Now if I wait, now let's go on to line. Now we tried a different one which is users, and then let's go into an edit and then cancel it, and then go back to this, try the same time. You should see users and user as edit as a new entry. So we have user files, user edit. So that's the entry we had at 4:12. Now the time is 5:12, but if you see the entry, it's gone 1 hour behind. So that means that's the recent entry. We also entered into users. The count has come to 12. We landed on the same page. Now the count has come to 13. Now let's try if there is any profiles. So let's go into profile and then go back to the screen. So now we are on users page, so there should be another entry on the users page. So we have a profile entry now, and then users, previously it was 2, now it was 3, and because we landed on the same page again, now the number of visitors has gone to 14. And if you see the seconds, now we can also try this by going into a different page. So for instance, profile, currently it is showing 2. Let's see what happens. Let's say here for 5 seconds, and then go back to this and then put the same time. Now the profile entry is 2, and if you see the time, it has increased to, so it's basically added another 4.5 seconds on top. And also the current increment on this page, the current page is 15, and we have 21 seconds on it. So it's giving the average time. There might be a few seconds difference, but it's giving an average time duration based on that query. I will try this profile just to make sure you have understanding understood the difference. So I'm going to stay here for another 10 seconds. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's go back and then try. You should probably see either between 16, we have previously 6.5 seconds, so let's see how much it gives back. Okay, so it's giving the average time, which is 8.6 seconds, and the current entry is 16 here on this page, and the total is 22 seconds time spent on this page. So on the overall side of this display, our main focus is on the total visits and the duration, and these are the key. The rest of the data is retrieving from the JavaScript and the PHP variables. So these are the main focus. I'm going to show you a different user role. So currently I'm logged in as admin. Let me log out. So I'm going to use so this user, he doesn't have the powers or right to see all the entries made by the other users. He can only have access to these. So this user has recently been, let's see what he did in the last 1 hour. So in the last 1 hour, he has interacted with the track info and uses, which is these two. So now let's add an entry on this one. So here there is nothing on this page. Let's add something here. Just 1, 2, 3, and then add something Maxwell web. So we have this entry now. Now the time, so it's giving everything for today. So let's filter this by 4, and then the entry is 5. So we went to the user files, there is an entry there, and we also have user files edit, which means we created one. Now if we go back to the user files, and so this should give 1 count, and go back here, add, maybe do some 3 refresh on this page, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 refresh, then come back here and then filter the same time. So on the user files edit, you should see some 8 clicks. Yeah, so this is the entry with target talking about. So every time the user leaves the page or refresh, so the time spent on that page is around roughly 1.3 seconds. Now the more time we spent on this page is also, we can track this for individual pages, but yeah, that's an overall front-end view for these tracking system. I'm going to go back and then show one last time with all the entries in the last say for instance last 1 week, and see what it gives for this user. So for this user, and also we need to select some time, and then let's do the, so it's got 18 entries for this user, and then if we do for this user, what does it give that? It's got 17, and if you do overall, mind you, you might be seeing a lot of entries in the database, but because of the some of those entries doesn't have user ID. User ID was introduced later. Now if I do all users, you might see a lot more. Yeah, and these are the all entries coming. Like I said, there are user IDs missing in everything, so it went all the way back until first. So these are the entries, so you might be seeing some empty fields. So the improved version was introduced on Saturday, so all the data which is coming on Saturday is the accurate data. Yeah, that's the front end and back end. I'm going to push this code to Git repository and then publish these 2 recordings so you can have a look. Thank you for listening to this video. I might probably do one more video for the Git push. But yeah, thank you for listening to this video. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks.